Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Beyond Second Cognition. I'm Beall. This video is to make an announcement about a book I just released called Wisdom, Freedom, and Consciousness. It's basically a book of random thoughts, aphorism, rants, I guess if you want to call them that. Short form stuff. The book's only about 159 pages. It should be relatively easy to read. There's no chapter formats. And if you're just wanting those random daily sayings or ideas to help advance yourself, that's what the book is out there for. It's not one of the heavy-duty works like some of the other stuff that I've done or what I have in progress. But if you can get it, it's available on Kindle and in paperback. Kindle version would help me out better, but you do whatever your pocketbook says. Price is only $9.99 and should be available in all markets. I want to say I'm not putting up a lot of videos on YouTube because there's really not much audience to reach with the work that I'm doing. For those that haven't read our work and got themselves up to speed, there's not a point of relationship with where the general public mind is right now in the work that I'm involved in doing and writing. And throwing it out here, there's not really any purpose to it because there's no point of connection with how most people are thinking. With all this mask crap going on and protests in the streets and all this other kind of stuff, people without their jobs, businesses closing, people have a lot of things to worry about. And most of them are not really focused on advancing their awareness or wanting to know how the cosmos works or anything like that. So there's not really an audience for the stuff I'm doing outside the books I'm writing. In essence, I'm going to be talking over people's heads if I present anything the level that I plan to be doing some of the future books in. Speaking of future books, the next project I have in the hopper, and I have it mostly done, is called The Goddess Who Wasn't a Goddess, the greatest conspiracy scam in human history. Now, for all those folks that have been investigating the Illuminati and the Freemasons and looking at all their symbolism and trying to figure it out and trying to put the puzzle pieces together to figure out what's going on beyond believing it's Satan and all that standard malarkey, this book is loaded with illustrations. The Goddess book is going to have more pictures and explanations about the whole symbolic thing that's going on in the modern world with Satanists and every damn thing else you people are curious about. If you want a handbook for research on symbolism to see where this stuff came from, this Goddess Who Wasn't a Goddess book is going to be your pocket reference manual, I would think. I've spent a lot of time putting this thing together and chasing down the illustrations and the statuary and everything else to provide the explanation so people can finally solve this so-called Satanist riddle once and for all and put their heads focused in the right direction. I'm not going to give a forecast on the Goddess Who Wasn't a Goddess, maybe 2-3 weeks, but it should be less than a month. But in the meantime, this Wisdom, Freedom, and Consciousness book ought to give our followers something to chew on, and it's not bad stuff for people that are still trying to get past their first red pill. The Dark to Light book is an important book. If you haven't gotten that yet, to know what the Matrix is, that book's an important piece to figuring it out. But if you wonder why I don't keep up the YouTube channel much, is because I'm quickly losing the point of relationship between where most people are functioning cognitively with all the grief and pain and worry and woe that the world is going through right now, and most are just not interested in highfalutin solving the riddles of the cosmos. If any of you have read The Actuality, you've got an idea how deep this is going, and anything that comes after this Goddess book is going to be even deeper. If you've read The Actuality, you know there's not really any touchstones currently with where human awareness is. Everybody's so afraid of the globalists and Antifa and the destruction and the burning, they don't have time to concentrate on that stuff. And I see no point in trying to throw it out there when there's no audience for it in the first place, and where their touchstones of comprehension don't exist in the second place. So this is why you're seeing slow video production. In the meantime, the books are there. If you haven't caught up on the stuff yet, or if you're new to our material, you've got a lot of catch up to do. The people that have read our work, they know, I mean, there's none of the 50 books or 55 books we put out that are useless. They all interconnect. They all serve as different levels of red pilling for people that are trying to extricate themselves from the matrix quagmire of first cognition illusions. So it doesn't matter which book you pick, it's going to be related to the other books, whether it's on psychology or Nietzsche or the Off-Worlders with the We Are Not Alone books, about the mind virus with the Energetic War book. All of these books interconnect to make a bigger picture. The problem with humans is they think too small. They want everything condensed into a simple box, and you cannot provide simple answers for the complex cosmos in which we live. Expecting simplicity in the face of complexity is really rather childish. So this is why I haven't produced a lot of videos, because I don't have any connecting point with any audience that hasn't really read our work. Most people are still dallying around with spiritual stuff, and they don't even know what spiritual stuff is compared to consciousness. If you haven't read our works, you're not going to know. So people are chasing spiritual rainbows and waiting for raptures and ascending to the fifth dimension, and you can't connect with people like that when you're trying to teach pragmatism and cognitive expansion about consciousness. Everybody is too wrapped up in chasing their belief system to want to listen to anything that challenges it, and definitely anything that goes beyond it. Anyway, wisdom, freedom, and consciousness is available, or should be, tomorrow or so. And the goddess who wasn't a goddess will be coming out in the not too distant future. For those of you doing the work, stay the course. Don't give up on yourselves.